It was a Saturday morning in June, and we had been at the grocery store, and we had come home. We live out in the country, and I was putting groceries away and started to feel kind of strange, a little lightheaded and numb. And which, I thought, well, maybe I just need to lay down for a little while. And so I told my husband that I wasn't feeling very well and I'm going to go lay down. And so I went and did that. But as I was lying there, the numbness got worse, and it spread up my arm, into my other arm and through my chest, and kind of started moving up my neck and jaw, which, didn't make me very happy. I was like, what's going on? This is very weird. And so I went out to, tell my husband that, something is definitely wrong. Maybe we should go to the emergency room. And so we got to LMH, and, as soon as we got to the desk and tried to explain to them what was going on, they just, whipped right into action and immediately hooked me up to the, machines, and told me that they thought I was having a heart attack, and I was just like shocked. And then it was 2011. I remember it was March Madness. It was another Saturday morning, and I was lying in bed reading, and all of a sudden I started having that same feeling again, that strangeness, lightheadedness, the tingling, the numbness. And one of the things that they stressed in my first incident was that if this happens again, call an ambulance. Don't try to drive into town, especially since we live, several miles out. And the ambulance loaded me up and brought me here to LMH. And I went to the cath lab here, which I guess they didn't have yet when I had my first incident in 2009. But by 2011, there wasn't any, talk about sending me to St. Luke's. So I could stay here, which was much better, of course, for my family to visit me and friends and that kind of thing. The third time it happened, I was at my office. I work at Spencer Research Library. So I went, downstairs and told that there was a student at the reception desk. And so I went up to her and I said, Shay, now don't, get worried, but I'd like you to call 911 because I think I'm having a heart attack. And she just looked at me and, like that. But the difference this time, and I could only assume it's because I got there so much more quickly than the other incidents. Once I got to the cath lab, the doctor was able to see, they had already hooked me up to a monitor, and they saw the artery open and, allow the blood flow again. And so with the third heart attack, because I did get to the hospital so quickly, the doctor was able to see the vasospasm actually occur. And so that was the first time that had happened. And so that was key to, figuring out, what was going on with me, because they really hadn't been able to document what was going on. And so, getting there fast was important. I'm an interesting case, I guess. It's a rare thing, coronary vasospasms. So now I'm working with Darcy Green Conaway, who I really like. It was recommended that I go to the cardio, rehab, which I started right away. And it was, a really great experience. The people there are great. Leanne and Mike are, awesome people, and very interested in everything that was going on. With me, would ask a lot of questions, and of course, they hook you up. They're monitoring, the whole time that you're working out, and they start you out very slowly, and you build up to the maximum. And so it was very reassuring that they were monitoring this, the whole time, because it was all new to me, and I was hesitant to start exercising, right away, which was, of course, recommended. But, it's very reassuring. I know some people just hate hospitals. They just avoid them at all costs. But I've never had that feeling, because the times I've been here have been warranted, and they made me better. So I did not, there was some hesitancy about, going to the emergency room the first time with this. But after an hour of feeling so strange, I just, let's go to the emergency room. Be aware of, what the symptoms are, and you can certainly get, all the information you need. It's out there. So be aware of what's going on with your body, and don't hesitate to get help if you think you need help.